Want your Squarespace website to look next level without hiring a designer? Then this video is for you. I'll be sharing my favorite Squarespace design hacks and tips that will instantly make your site look more polished and professional. These are quick and easy tricks that help you customize layout, improve styling, and make your website stand out, even if you're not a designer. Hi, I'm Ksenia. I help businesses create beautiful, functional websites on Squarespace. Whether you need a custom design or an easy-to-use template, you can find it here. This video is a part 2, and you can find the part 1 in the description below. If you're planning on reusing section, for example, I have this section over here, and I'm thinking of reusing it somewhere else on my website. Before you do that, always make sure you optimize it for the mobile view. While it looks great on a desktop right now, if I navigate to the mobile view over here, you're gonna see that this is a total mess. If I would have duplicate this section, I'm just gonna push it down so you can see, and then I'm gonna preview it. So this is the first section. It looks like a mess, and the bottom section also looks like a mess. To avoid doubling your work, make sure that you optimize the mobile view first before duplicating. Let's say I want this to be sent to the back, and here's image, and shorten this. And remember the first tip, you never want the borders of the elements to overlap. So we want to make sure to avoid that. Also, currently, this element is a little bit too far from the copy, in my opinion. Another way to align it more properly is by highlighting this element, so the blue outline is around it, and then click on this align vertically and select the center. Now it's aligned to the center of the container, so it looks closer to the bottom. Or we can even align it to the bottom, like that. And we're just gonna snap it here and click Save. Now it all looks perfectly aligned for the mobile view and for the desktop. And now if I duplicate this section and preview the mobile, the section was duplicated with mobile styling as well, so we don't have to do the double work here. The next way we can enhance our website is by using elements and overlapping them to create more interesting in-depth layouts. Let me show you. Add an image, and we want to make sure that the image is set to fill. Now we would like this image to have an overlay, and remove the fill the screen option. Extend this. I do not like that the main focal point of this image is this. I'm gonna navigate to the image itself and just shift this pointer to something like that. Now add another image, make this overlap. Then I'm gonna duplicate this image and place another one next to it. Add a text. Here we need to adjust the color and make this a heading and position it to the center like that here. And we can also add a shape block, make it exactly the same, and in this shape block we can just add more text. We have this layout that we achieve by just overlapping different elements available to us in Squarespace. Another cool way to enhance your website layout is by using the native section divider in Squarespace. Now click Edit Section and scroll down to Styling and pick a divider. We can select different shapes. For example, here's all the shapes that are available. Let's use this one. We can also flip it. Currently the pointer is going up, but here under the flip we can adjust that to be pointing down. Also, it currently has this border, which I don't really like. It looks bad. Here under the divider, we can, under the stroke, just press none. And also here, if that's the look you're going for, we can adjust how many pointers we have. As you can see now, we have one over here and one over here. We can also experiment with other shapes. For example, this oval one, and we can just flip it like that. And if we add another section below, now we have this cool layout. This shape over here, it adapts the color of the section that follow next, just creating a very smooth layout. Another tip, if you have a very long page, like a sales page or a landing page for your services, there is a lot of information that people have to scroll through. A good option would be to create a little navigation on the top, just the way I did it over here. So this is obviously an example, and you will have to judge based on your case. But here I have the general information, a portfolio section, and a pricing section. When somebody lands on this page, we can direct them to the area of the page that they're most interested in. For example, we have, let's say, information. And this section is going to be our information. If you hover over this edit section and then scroll all the way down to where you see anchor link, we can name this wherever we want. So we can literally just say name. Or in our case, we're going to say information. And just to demonstrate it better, I'm going to push this down. So there is actually a lot of a place to scroll. Now we're going to link this button to scroll down to this section. We actually need the URL of this particular page. Logged out of editing mode, and then wherever the page is hovered or grayed out to, that's the page I'm currently editing, and you click on this gear icon, and then you want to copy the URL flag. It could be any other keyword or name that you name that page, but you want to make sure that you copy exactly as it is. Click edit, and then on the information, we're going to click attach a link. And here we will select portfolio, and then we're going to add a hashtag and type the keyword that we use for that section after the hashtag, and then click save. And now if I click the information, it will scroll down to that section that we just linked to. And you can do that with any section. So for example, we can link a portfolio to this section, and then pricing, maybe this is a pricing page, and we can do the same way to help people navigate very long pages and help you increase the conversions on your website. If you need to create some repetitive layouts, like multiple columns in a row, an example I'm showing you right now, there is obviously a few ways you can approach it. The first one, and probably the most common one that people would do, they would type the text, let's do the number, add a column below like that, and then you will duplicate it to create the columns. If you want to add an image, now you have an image here, and then you will add it here. It's a lot of manipulation in my opinion. And then if you want to change the font style, you will have to go individually and adjust it to be, let's say, paragraph 1, that you will have to go into each of them and adjust it to be larger. There's a section that is a better use for that, and this is a list section. This section lets you quickly add content items and switch between layouts. That's the section we're going to use. Currently, it's not the way we want it to look, so we want to edit the content and navigate to design, and here we select a simple list like this. And under the max columns, we're going to increase from 3 to 4, so we have the same layout. Then under the elements, we want to make sure to have an image toggled on. And then if I go under the content, so obviously we can adjust all the images and everything, but as you see, it's already all laid out in columns, so it's way easier for us to adjust. Now we just have to add the content, but then in the future, if we want to adjust the sizing of this text, all we have to do is click edit content, and then navigate to design, and under the style, the text style, select 3 dots, and increase the size of the title, and we can increase the size of the description, and they all increase accordingly to the size we set here. So it's very easy, and we can add more items if we would like to. So we can add another item, and all of this, if we would like, we can adjust with a simple click of a button like that. And if I navigate to the mobile view, these items are already laid out in a way that kind of makes sense, while this all items all squished, and now I have to reposition all of them, and it's just a little bit of extra work on my end. If you are looking to create some sort of list type of sections, this is the best sections to use, is the one I just showed you. The next design hack I have for you is to use a new feature, the sticky feature the Squarespace have just introduced. Let me show you. It's important for this particular section for all the text to be in one container. So I want to highlight it and make it monospace like that. that. And now we're gonna add a few images. Duplicate. Now is the fun part. As we laid out our images, we're gonna highlight the text and then click this pen icon, and let's do an offset 40. Click save. Let's see how it's gonna look. As you see here, the images just scroll past this text. I feel like to create even better effect, we might add another image. And also the other cool effect we can create, for example, currently all the images are scrolling over the text, but if we adjust the layering, meaning this is going to be the top layer, and the way we can do it was just highlight the images that are overlapping the text, and we're going to click this icon, which is going to move it to the back. So this one and this one. Okay, so we have to do it multiple times. Perfect. Let's preview this. Now as we scroll, the images roll underneath the text, and it just always stay there to showcase more of your work. This could also be applied to different blocks of text or other buttons and stuff like that, so you can make anything scrollable. Another tip I have for you is to use a portfolio section as a home page, and I'm gonna explain why. We have this portfolio page here. If I click edit section, it has this interesting layout like hover background, but there is no other sections that you can use in Squarespace without code to natively replicate this. So what we can do instead, we can use this portfolio page as a home page. This is one of the templates from my shop. I'm gonna copy these sections. And here, for example, I have the weddings, then couples, lifestyle, and maternity for photographers. What I can do, I can use this hover effect to achieve that. I'm gonna use the sections I just copied. This is also another tip. If you love a section on one page, you can just save it and then reuse it over and over again. Here, so we have the start of the page, right? And then here, we're gonna have the 4 sections we just saw on the home page. And the way we can edit it is over here. So click edit settings, and weddings. We will remove this image, and then next one we're gonna have engagements. Okay, perfect. Drop it in here, and we're gonna add one more category just to demonstrate, and it's gonna be a lifestyle, and we will delete the rest because we're not gonna use it. Now if I preview my new homepage, we have an intro section, then a little bit about us, and then here if we hover over weddings, engagement, or lifestyle, it creates this very interesting engaging effect. Here under the wedding, we can actually include more information about this service. Same for the engagements and same for the lifestyle. And now let me show you, we can make a few more adjustments to make it look just like we wanted. So first of all, I don't like that the text is dark and the images are a little bit dark, so it's hard to see when you actually hover the image. If you hover over the edit section, and then first we want the image to take the full bleed. So now when I hover over it, it takes the full bleed. Then I would like to adjust the height of this section to be a medium height. And the other one is horizontal alignment. I would like it to be to the left like that. Actually, maybe large is not bad. But now what I'm gonna do is here under key plus section, I'm gonna turn it on. So one image is always turned on. And we will save this. And now navigate to site styles, colors. And then on the lightest one, we wanna find the same theme and click into this section, and now it revealed the element that we can adjust the color of, which is our project title. We would like that to be a light color, just like that. And now we have this beautiful section over here. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more content like this.